and I'm really excited to be making this casting video. Welcome to our house. We're in San Lucas, Guatemala. And like most Guatemalan houses, there are big gates. Come on in. Welcome to our house. Here is our living room. When you first enter, I'll take you upstairs. We have a second living room off to the right. It's our TV room. We only have one TV. Then we have our master suite. This is where John and I are. Got a great balcony view. And actually our landlord owns the house right across from us. We have our bathroom, which has a jacuzzi, which is awesome. Walks around to our sink, and then a cool built-in closet, which is quite large, kind of messy. Over here we have our daughter, Lily. This is her room. Hi, Lil.
Hi.
Working on homeschool stuff?
Yep.
Just saw her. Good. What are you working on?
Math right now.
Oh, is it fun?
If math is fun, then yes.
Then the bathroom that we have for our kids. Banister. Then we have Miles's room here, which you'll meet in a little bit. And Sam's room's down the hall. And then we have a very nice office here, which is where I do a lot of my work. And John does too. And then another little office space here, but nobody uses it. Let's take you downstairs. So our house is like a two-story house. It's kind of like the colonial style, which I really loved. When we first moved here, we lived in Antigua, and I just love the architecture there. So this house is kind of cool because even though we're not in Antigua, it kind of has a lot of the similar things that were there of homes we loved. And here's Miles and Dad doing some homeschool stuff. We have a guest bathroom, which is very traditional in Guatemala. Storage room, laundry room, maid's quarters, but we don't have a maid. We've got a very nice kitchen, which I absolutely love. And no dishwasher, but I still love it. And then we have doors that lead to our outside and a very big and fun backyard, badminton, volleyball. Great. You can pause it, Sam.
Colette and I actually met in South Korea about 17 years ago, and we were both working at universities, and ever since that experience, after getting married and moving back to the United States, we always wanted to have this experience with our kids to come to another country. I have worked and lived in South Africa, South Korea, and New Zealand. We've taught together in some of those places, but never with our family. So when I got this Fulbright Award from the U.S. government and had the opportunity to come to Guatemala for this year, we were like, we got to do it. And it's meant giving up some things, coming for Minnesota, where it's easier for our kids, to this new place. We don't speak Spanish that well, but we're adjusting.
We're learning. Our kids are in a Spanish school, and actually one of the reasons we wanted to live in this particular location, San Lucas, is because there's a really cool school that we found that's bilingual, but also it's just closer for John's work because he works in the city. So this area was great. The hardship of this area, though, is that there aren't a lot of expats here, and there just aren't a lot of houses that are furnished. So we looked forever, what seemed like forever, and it was really, really hard to find a furnished house. But we found this house, and we really like it, but definitely not easy. We looked at more houses here than we've ever looked at in our lives together, so it was a lot. Yeah.
A lot of things, you know, that we expected to be a little bit easier definitely have been harder. Finding a furnished house, finding a car, you know, getting settled. But it's also been really fun. San Lucas is like at a higher elevation than Denver. The temperature is really, beautiful. We see volcanoes. It's right between Antigua, which is kind of a famous colonial UNESCO town, and then Guatemala City. So coming from Minnesota in the winter, this has been beautiful.
Yeah, and like John said, this is really full circle for us because we met overseas. I'm actually from Canada, and when we met in South Korea and decided to be together and have a family, it was something we've always wanted to do. But this has also been good for our kids, just to be in a culture where they're different, and learning another language definitely gives them some compassion, and just for other kids that are in ESL, because they're in SSL, Spanish is a second language. But yeah, the journey hasn't been easy, but it's been good, and we know that we are all gonna be just better for it. So hope this answers your questions, and we'd love to be on the show.